Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to solve a brilliant little mystery. I mean, have you ever wondered why some liquids can make a bulb light up and others just can't? Well, we're about to find out exactly why that happens.
So let's get right into it. The big question is, which solutions can actually conduct electricity? And you know what? To figure this out, we're going to do a really simple and fun little experiment together.
Okay, here's our setup. It's super simple. We've got a beaker where we'll put our solution, 2 graphite rods that go into it, and then a simple circuit with a bulb. All we have to do is pour in a liquid, flick the switch, and see if the bulb lights up. Easy enough, right?
First up, the acid test. We're pouring in some dilute hydrochloric acid, or HCl as you know it. So, what do you think's going to happen when we turn on the power? Any guesses? Let's find out.
And there it is. Look at that. The bulb is glowing nice and bright. This is our very first clue. And it's a big one. It tells us that, yep, electric current is definitely flowing through this acid solution. But hang on, why? I mean, what's actually happening inside that liquid that's letting the current pass through? Let's hold that thought for a second. Before we jump to any conclusions, let's test a couple more things to gather some more clues. Okay, next up, we're trying out solutions of glucose and alcohol. Now, do you think the bulb will light up this time just like it did with the acid? What's your prediction? And the result is absolutely nothing. The bulb does not glow, not even a little bit. So with glucose and alcohol, there's no current flowing. See? This is getting really interesting now. Why the huge difference?
All right, one last test to crack this case. This time we're using a base, sodium hydroxide, or NaOH. So, what do you think? Will it act like the acid, or will it be like the glucose and alcohol?
And look at that. The bulb is glowing again, just like it did with the acid. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've seen. Acids and bases make the bulb glow, but glucose and alcohol don't. We have all our results. Now, it's finally time to uncover the secret.
All right, let's solve this mystery once and for all. What is the real secret behind the glow? What is it that acids and bases have that glucose and alcohol are missing?
The entire secret comes down to one tiny little thing called an ion. So what are ions? It's really simple. They're just tiny particles with an electric charge kind of floating around in a liquid. And these are the little guys that actually carry the electricity from one point to another. You could think of them like tiny little taxis for electricity. And this slide explains it all perfectly. On the left side, you have acids and bases. When you dissolve them in water, they break up and create lots and lots of ions. Acids make positive hydrogen ions, H+, and bases make negative hydroxide ions, OH-. And since they have these electricity taxes, the bulb glows. Now look at the right side. Glucose and alcohol, they dissolve, but they don't make any ions, no charged particles. So no electricity taxes, no current, and no glow. It's as simple as that. So this is the most important point. The number one rule you absolutely must remember from this whole activity. An electric current flows through a solution only if there are ions present. No ions, no current. That's the main takeaway.
So let's just do a super quick summary of everything. Acids like HCl, the bulb glows because they have H+ ions. Bases like NaOH, the bulb glows because they have OH- ions. And what about glucose and alcohol? No glow because they have no ions at all. This table is actually perfect to remember for your exams.
Now, you have to be careful when you write about this in your exams, okay? Here are some very common mistakes that students make. First, don't just say all solutions conduct electricity. We just proved that's not true. Second, and this is super important, always remember to mention ions. And finally, be specific. Don't just say ions, say H+ ions for acids and OH- ions for bases. Getting these details right will help you get those full marks.
So here are some quick exam tips for you. 1. Write your observation very clearly. Either the bulb glows or the bulb does not glow. 2. You have to always mention that ions are the things that carry the current in the solution. And 3, give the specific reason, that is, the presence of H+ ions in acids or OH- ions in bases. Just follow these 3 tips and you will do great for sure.
All right, so if you remember only one single thing from this entire explainer, let it be this golden line right here. Ions carry electric current in solution. Just memorize this one sentence. It's a very important concept for your exams. Thanks for watching.